At Arizona State University, we're bringing world-class education from our globally acclaimed faculty to you. Ranked #1 in innovation for 10 consecutive years and #2 among public universities for employability. ASU isn't just ahead of the curve, it's creating new paths to success. Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online, that's a degree better. Explore more than 300 undergraduate, graduate, and certificate programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
Ready to make a real impact every day? Join the Active Day Home Care team and help clients maintain their independence in the comfort of their own homes. Make a difference in someone's life as you provide essential daily assistance and protect their health and happiness. Earn up to $20 an hour and enjoy additional perks like optional daily pay, 401k, paid time off, ongoing educational training, and more. Join a team that values care, compassion, and your professional growth. Visit activeday.com to apply.
Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, counter-spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve. Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet. Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into a time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
A busy variety Sunday here with episodes of the Chase and Sanborn Hour, the Walgreens 44th birthday party, and the couple next door. That's all straight ahead on this Sunday, 20th day of June. This is the 171st day of the year, 194 days left till we get to 2026. Great Seal of the U.S. adopted on this date in 1782. The 320-ton Savannah became the first steamship to cross the Atlantic on this date in 1819. Happy birthday, West Virginia. You became the 35th state of the Union on this date in 1863. 30 years later, in 1893, Lizzie Borden, accused of murdering her parents, found innocent by a jury in New Bedford, Massachusetts. Muhammad Ali convicted of violating selective service laws on this date in 1967 by refusing to be drafted.
Mosques set up in the major prisons throughout the United States. In the prisons.
Shortly put, are the black Muslims taking you for a ride?
I said not black Muslims, Muslims.
I beg your pardon, are the Muslims taking you for a ride?
No, the white people have been taking us for a ride for the past 400 years in America. The Muslims are straightening me up and teaching me the truth and saving my life so that I can see the hereafter. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us the religion of Islam, and I will die for it and give everything. But as far as taking me for a ride is concerned, I've been the one that was taking me for a ride and still taking my people for a ride as the white people.
Tell me, champ, would you have been prepared to go into the army if it hadn't been for the Vietnam War?
No, under no conditions do we take part in wars to take lives of other humans.
The Supreme Court would overturn his conviction in 1971, but he was banned from boxing for 3.5 years. In 1980, Roberto Duran beat Sugar Ray Leonard to win the WBC welterweight championship on this date in 1980.
For Duran, a way that I felt I could have beaten. I hit Duran with some shots. He connected back. He threw his best. I threw my best. The best man came out on top.
In a rematch 5 months later, Leonard would pummel Duran in what came to be known as the No Mas fight, regaining the championship. In 1990, Nelson Mandela landed in New York City to begin a U.S. tour.
Our vision of a democratic South Africa is a society free of all forms of racism and sexism. Until apartheid is ended, neither ourselves nor the international community can afford to lower our guard.
Mandela's world tour would increase the momentum toward his selection as South Africa's first black president. In 2001, Andrea Yates, a Houston mother of 5, drowned her children in a bathtub. Police spokesman John Cannon.
A responding patrol officer came to the door, and the woman, who was still breathing rather heavily at that time, said that I just killed my children.
Yates would be convicted in a trial, but after a second trial, Yates was found not guilty by reason of insanity. Among those passing away on this date in history, gangster Bugsy Siegel, American businessman Howard Johnson, the originator of that Howard Johnson's restaurant chain, Four Tops Lawrence Payton, author Clifton Fadiman, the electrical engineer Nobel laureate Jack Kilby, also painter Leroy Neiman, and Canadian actor-producer Donald Sutherland. Birthdays on this date include the fine actor Errol Flynn, guitar player Chet Atkins, I should say, also actor Martin Landau, actress Olivia Dukakis, actor Danny Aiello, and Frasier's dad, John Mahoney, all born on this date in history.
Hi, this is Jeff Foxworthy. It is now time for the birthday announcements. The following people are now officially older than dirt.
Beach Boys' Brian Wilson turns 83 years old today. Singer Anne Murray is 80 today. This Old House television host Bob Villa is 79.
This is the carriage house that we've been looking at, and this is the side porch that we're expanding into the kitchen space itself. The breezeway would be a simple connecting space between the two of them with a lot of glass included. This is the breezeway. It's just a square structure. And then the little addition I was just talking about is the green shaded space, and it actually incorporates the two existing porch posts into the interior of the space. This is a real interesting treatment for this whole condition.
From this old house, Bob Villa is 79 today. The Commodore's Lionel Richie is 76. You remember him as Roseanne's husband in the TV show Roseanne. John Goodman, 73.
Your coffee?
Isn't there coffee every morning?
Yeah, John Goodman, 73 today. Duran Duran's John Taylor is 65. Nicole Kidman, 58.
I wrestle alone in the dark, in the deep dark. Only I can understand my own condition.
Nicole Kidman, 58 years old today. From One Life to Live and Sonic the Hedgehog, Tika Sumpter is 45. From Curly Sue, also, she was in season 10 of The Voice, Allison Porter, 44. Superbad star Christopher Mintz-Plasse is 36.
Wait, you changed your name to McLovin? McLovin? What kind of a stupid name is that, Fogel? What, are you trying to be an Irish R&B singer?
From the movie Superbad, Christopher Mintz-Plasse is 36. And from Empire, Soraya McNeil is 30. Those just a few of the people celebrating the 20th day of June as their birthday. If this is your birthday...
Hi, we're the Four Freshmen, and we just want to say... Happy birthday to you!
And we'll go back 88 years on this Friday Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox with an episode of the Chase and Sanborn Hour. Edgar Bergen, Charlie McCarthy. We will also hear from Mae Robson, the grand old lady of the theater, and William Claude Dukenfeld. It's going to be a very interesting program. That's coming up next here on this Friday Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
Every family should have a home shelter area. Every family should stock that shelter area with a 2-week supply of food and water. Prepare now to survive disaster.
Now we're going to head back 88 years to June 20th, 1937, an episode of the Chase and Sanborn Hour with the grand old lady of the theater, Mae Robson. We'll also have, of course, Edgar and Charlie and William Claude Dukenfeld. You know, that's W.C. Fields. That's all coming up here. This is the first part of the Chase and Sanborn Hour.
The makers of Chase and Sanborn Coffee, the blend of the world's choice coffees, now being sold at a very reasonable price, present Mae Robson, Dorothy Lamour, W.C. Fields, Grisha Golubov, Edgar Bergen and Charlie McCarthy, Werner Jansen and Don Amici. This is the Chase and Sanborn Hour.
This is the Chase and Sanborn Hour, and this is Don Amici greeting you for the grand old lady of the stage and screen, Miss Mae Robson, and for Master Grisha Golubov, who at the age of 14 is one of the great violinists of our day. Greetings, too, from W.C. Fields, Dorothy Lamour, Edgar Bergen and Charlie McCarthy, and Werner Jansen, America's foremost conductor who leads the orchestra in the title song from the 20th Century Fox picture, Wake Up and Live. Charlie McCarthy's days of playing hooky are over. Even though Edgar Bergen is around to give voice to Charlie's excuses, down must go the bitter pill of knowledge. So, Edgar, in the interest of Charlie's education, I've asked Mademoiselle Fifi Pomme de Terre to tutor him in languages. I hope she helps him.
That's nice of you, Don. I hope Charlie appreciates your efforts in his behalf.
That's all I do. Yeah. I only wish Amici'd mind his own P's and Q's and X's, you know what I mean?
Mademoiselle Pomme de Terre, this is Charlie McCarthy.
Oh, bonjour, Charlot. Oh, il est bien gentil, ce petit bonhomme.
Oh, oui, très charmant.
All right. Now, Mademoiselle, are you Amici's friend or are you my tutor?
Certainement, I am your tutor.
Well, start pushing.
What language do you want to learn? French? Yes? No?
Huh?
Well,
I think that would be very good. He will learn French.
Yeah, didn't take me long to decide, did it?
Charlot. Monsieur Bergen, he is your father?
Bergen, my father? Oh, no. Things aren't as bad as all that.
No, you see, Charlie is an orphan.
Yes, I am.
Yes. As a matter of fact, I know very little about his parents, you understand?
Yes.
Yes, I found him on the doorstep one morning when he was 2 days old.
Yes. How I got there, I'll never be able to figure out. What a night that was. It was the gypsy in me.
I imagine so.
Yes.
On a doorstep and only 2 days old.
Yeah, and stealing milk, too.
Oh.
Petit imbécile.
Je suis,
Monsieur, do you know anything about the beautiful country of France?
Well, yes. 3 years ago, come this, what May, I visited the continent. I became rather clubby with a baroness. I met her at a spa.
Oh, what spa?
A spa. You begged for it.
Have you been to Paris? Yes, no?
Oh, yes, no, yes. I spent 3 days in Paris. Oh, Paris in the spring, chestnuts in the bois, and that Champs-Élysées. Oh.
Ah, yes, the Champs-Élysées is beautiful.
Yes, that too, yes.
But, Charlie, you can't see Paris in 3 days.
Oh, I found that out. I didn't have time to see the things I shouldn't see. But what fun.
Yeah.
Those were the days. Yes, and the nights weren't so bad either.
Where did you go?
Well, the first night I went to the Folie Bergère. And the second night to Folie Bergère. I do everything thoroughly. And the third night, well, I didn't have anything to do, so I went to the Folie Bergère.
But did you see the paintings of the great masters at the Louvre? Oh, what etching!
Yes. And the monkeys in the zoo, what scratching? That's one of the old chestnuts in the bois. Yes. Yes. Did you visit the Louvre, Charlie? Well, my dear Mr. Bergen, if you ever visit the Louvre, you'll never forget it. No. Oh, it's so impressive. It's so impressive. Yes. But did you visit the Louvre? Well, I remember one morning after breakfast, passing that impressive building, and I said to myself, that's the Louvre. There hangs the work of the great masters. But did you visit the Louvre? Did you? Well, no. Not actually, I see. I hate myself for not having done it. Yes.
Oh, how cute.
Yes, très cute.
Now, tell me, what do you know about the French language?
Well, all I know is that garçon means taxi, and I'm not even sure of that. No.
You study with me, and I will make you speak French.
Yeah? How much a lesson, mademoiselle?
I teach Parisian French. You speak through the nose for $5 a lesson.
Yeah? You're going to make me pay through the nose, too, aren't you?
But not only the French language will I teach you, but the history of France.
Ah.
I will tell you about Napoleon. Jeanne d'Arc. And Louis XIV.
Louis, what? What's that? She means Louis the 14th. Why didn't she say so? She's going to teach me French, and she can't even speak English. Louis the 14th? Well, we got one of his tables. Yeah. Bought it from him. Yeah. Hasn't got a straight leg on it, no. I think they got rheumatism. Yeah. We got a picture with a Chevalier lip on it. All right. I want to know, how do you say, may I kiss you in French?
That is the subject of the 6th lesson.
Oh, it is, let's skip the first 5, huh?
Monsieur Charlot, no.
Oui. Oh, yeah.
Merci, Monsieur Charlot. You certainly learned French rapidly. And speaking of French, toujours l'amour. With a touch of her own particular magic, Dorothy Lamour brings the dreamy atmosphere of the South Seas as she sings Blue Hawaii.
Perfume in the air and rare flowers everywhere. It seems to be only a reverie. Night and you and blue Hawaii. The night is heavenly, and you are heaven to me. Lovely you and blue Hawaii. With all this loveliness, there should be love. Won't you come with me while the moon is on the sea? The night is young and so are we. Dreams come true in blue Hawaii.
Tomorrow is the first day of summer, and Donald Briggs has a great suggestion for the hot weeks to come.
Tomorrow begins many long, hot weeks when we'll welcome light, comfortable clothes, cool, delightful meals, and the refreshing goodness of delicious iced coffee. A good iced coffee is the perfect summer drink. But no one enjoys iced coffee with the weak, watery taste from the melting ice. So please remember this. For the extra strength you need, measure your coffee more generously than usual. And for the extra richness that's even more important, use the blend that gives you a fuller, finer flavor. Chase and Sanborn coffee. Chase and Sanborn dated coffee, you know, is a superb blend of the world's choice coffees. And you get it at the peak of its rich, mellow flavor. That's because it's rushed to your grocer straight from roasting. The date of delivery, clearly marked on every bag, is your guarantee of freshness. This superb coffee saves you money, too. For our rapid delivery system and dating plan, do away with the need for an expensive container. Instead, we use an economical dated bag, and you get the savings. Chase and Sanborn dated coffee is delicious, either hot or iced. Serve it often. Buy a bag from your grocer tomorrow.
One of the grand old ladies of the theater and a grand trooper is Miss Mae Robson. She has never missed a performance in 53 years. She joins all of us in paying homage to the great and beloved dramatist, Sir James Barrie. For us, she plays Mrs. Dowie in Barrie's immortal play, The Old Lady Shows Her Medals. Miss Robson.
Thank you, Dan.
The Old Lady Shows Her Medals, with Mae Robson as Mrs. Dowie and Don Amici as the soldier. It is 1915, and the streets of London are full of soldiers on leave. Mrs. Dowie has no son to come home to her, but having read the name of Private K. Dowie in a newspaper, she's pretended that he is her son and boasted about his letters to all her neighbors. But Private Dowie comes to London and hears that a strange woman is claiming to be his mother. Mrs. Dowie is sitting in her shabby basement room, a bundle of letters in her hand, when the angry soldier storms into the room.
Do you recognize your loving son, Mrs.? I am pleased I wrote you so often. Here, let me see them letters.
Oh, please, mister.
What's inside? Nothing but blank paper, huh? Well, we'll throw them in the fire.
Oh, now, don't you burn them letters, mister.
Well, they're not real letters.
Well, they're all I have.
I thought you had a son.
No, I never had a man or a son or nothing. You know, I just call myself Mrs. to give me a stand in life.
Oh, you'll have to explain better than that.
Well, right.
It's enough to make me change mine. But what made you do it?
Well, you see, it was everybody's war, mister, excepting mine. And I wanted it to be my war, too. Wouldn't you have a cup of tea while I'm explaining?
No.
Well, then sudden like the idea come to me to pretend I had a son.
But what in the name of old Nick made you choose me out of the whole British Army?
Maybe, mister, it was because I liked you best.
Now, woman, none of that.
Well, you see, I read one day in the paper where the general was a 6th Battalion Black Watch.
Oh, I expect that's the only time I was ever in the I would turn up. Or...
Weary for a sight of you, Kenneth, mister.
And tell me, how did you guess the K in my name stood for Kenneth?
Does it?
Yes, it does.
Well, it must have been an angel whispered it to me in my sleep.
Well, that's the only angel in the whole black business. Well, I hope you're pleased with me now that you've seen me.
I am. Very pleased. Oh, my. Your mother must be terrible proud of you.
Well, naturally.
I suppose you'll be going home then.
Oh, after I've had a spree in London.
Oh, so your young lady's in London, eh?
Why, are you jealous?
Not me.
You needn't be. She's a young thing.
Really? Oh, you surprised me. A beauty, no doubt.
You may be sure of that. She's a titled person.
She's what? Oh, do tell me more about her.
Her name is Lady Dolly Canister.
Oh, I read about her in the paper. It said she wore a dress of champagne velvet with a dreamy corsage.
Well, she sent me a lot of things, especially cakes and a worsted waistcoat with a loving message on the enclosed card.
Will you try one of my cakes, mister?
No, not me.
Oh, they're my own, my king. Here's one.
What?
Why, what's the matter, mister? Tell me.
Why, that's exactly the kind of cake her ladyship sends me.
Mm-hmm. Is the waistcoat all right, mister? I hope the Black Watch colors pleased you.
What? Was it you who sent me all those things?
Well, you see, I was afraid to give my own name, And you see, I was always reading about the Lady Dollies in the paper.
Woman, is there no getting rid of you?
Oh, you ain't angry, are you?
Oh, give me some tea.
Oh, glory, Kenneth.
What?
Nothing, just Kenneth. Here's your tea.
Well, here's to you. You old mopping pail, you.
Oh, she's a woman to be envied, is your mother?
What? I just let you think I had a mother. This party never even knew who his proud parents were.
Is that true?
It's gospel.
Oh, heaven be praised.
Now, none of that. I was a fool to tell you. But don't think you can take advantage of it. Pass me the cake.
Kenneth, I dare say it's true we'll never meet again. But if we do, I wonder where it would be.
Well, not in this world.
Oh, there's no telling. I might turn up at the front.
When I get back to the front, I believe I will find you there waiting for me.
With a cup of tea in my hand. And Kenneth, we could come back by way of Paris.
All the ladies likes to go to Paris. Huh?
Oh, Kenneth, if just once before I die, I could be fitted for a Paris gown with a dreamy corsage.
You're all alike, old lady. There's a song about it.
Yeah?
Mrs. Dowie is very ill, nothing can improve her.
But dressed up in a Paris gown to waddle through the Louvre.
Well, thanks for my tea. I'm afraid I must be getting on.
Oh, Kenneth, where are you living?
That's the question. You see, I've never been in London before. If you knew what it's like to be in this place without a friend.
Oh, I do know what it's like to be lonesome, Kenneth. I've heard that the thing a man on leave longs for most in the world is a bath and a bed with sheets on it.
You never heard anything truer.
Well, Kenneth, I have both. Now, there's the extra bed in the wardrobe, and there's the little bath. You could do yourself there pretty, half of the time.
Now that tempts me. Old lady, if you really want me, I'll stay.
Oh, Kenneth.
But, mind you, I don't accept you as a relative. You're on probation.
Yes, Kenneth.
Now for that bath.
Remember, half at a time.
Then I'm off to the theater. Oh, say, now, wait a minute.
What is it, Kenneth?
The theater. It would be showier if I took a lady.
Kenneth, tell me this instant what you mean. Now, don't keep me on the jump.
No, it couldn't be done.
Was it me you was thinking of, Kenneth?
Yes, but just for a moment. But you have no style.
No, not in this dress, of course. But, Kenneth, you should see me in my black crape.
Do you think you could give that face of yours less of a homely look?
Oh, I'm sure I could.
Well, you're going to have a try at it. But, mind you, I won't promise anything. It all depends upon the effect.
Hooray!
Stop your hurraying, will you?
3 taxis and 4 theaters all in 1 week. Kenneth, you're giving me a glory time.
No, it's you's giving me the glory time, old lady.
Just wait till I tell everybody how this being the last night we had real champagne wine.
Oh, they'll never believe that.
Oh, for them as doubts my word, look. Here's the cork.
Oh, you're a great one. Lady, I'm sorry this is the end.
Kenneth, you mean is it time for you to go?
Oh, no, not yet. There's a fellow outside waiting for me. I told him to give me until the last minute and then whistle when it's time.
When it's time? Oh, Kenneth.
Now, listen. You promised to be gay. We're going to help one another.
Yes, Kenneth.
Say, have you noticed you've never called me son?
Have I noticed it? I was afraid to, Kenneth. You see, you said I was only on probation. Kenneth, will I do?
Now, woman, don't be so forward. Wait until I propose.
Propose for a mother.
But why not? Mrs. Dowie, you funny old thing. Have I your permission to ask you the most important question a neglected orphan can ask of an old lady?
Now then, look here, none of your sauce.
For a long time, Mrs. Dowie, you must have been aware of my sonnish feelings for
you. Oh, you go on. Wait till I get my mop to you.
And if you're not willing to be my mother, I swear I'll never ask another.
Oh, Kenneth.
Tell me, Was I a well-behaved infant, Mother?
Not you, Sonny. You were a rampaging rogue.
Was I slow in learning to walk?
The quickest in our street. Oh. Is that the whistle?
Oh, no, not yet. Now, listen. I sent in your name as being my nearest of kin, and your allowance will be coming to you weekly.
Hey! Oh, hold on, is it wicked, Kenneth?
Well, I'll take the responsibility for it in both worlds. You see, I wanted you to be safeguarded just in case anything happens.
Oh, Kenneth.
No, but don't worry now. I'll come back. And mind you have that cup of tea waiting for me. Come on over here and sit on my knee, will you?
Oh, don't jump me up and down like that, Kenneth. Oh, what big knees you got. What fun we'll have writing to each other. Real letters this time.
You must have been a bonny thing when you were young.
Go on with you.
You know that scarf is awfully becoming on you.
Blue was always my color. Oh, Kenneth.
Oh, lady, you're what home means to me now. Now, you know, you promised not to cry.
I'm not crying. It's just a cold I got in my head.
Bad for me, but I know it's worse for you.
Yes. At least the men have medals to win. Oh, you will come back, Kenneth?
Oh, of course I will. All covered with mud.
And medals. But oh, Kenneth, so many don't ever come back. But I'll have my medals, too. I'll have all the times we've spent together. The champagne cork and the... Oh. And the letters you're going to write to me. Real ones this time. And Kenneth, this key.
Well, Miss Robson and myself, thank you. The Chase and Sanborn Hour with W.C. Fields, Mae Robson, Grisha Golubov, Dorothy Lamour, Edgar Bergen, and Charlie McCarthy, and Werner Jansen continues in just a moment.
And there you have the first half of the Chase and Sanborn Hour from 88 years ago, June 20th, 1937, here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. The conclusion follows these important messages.
There are two air raid warning signals. A steady blast of 3 to 5 minutes means attack is probable. A wavering tone or series of short blasts means take cover.
Some of the news headlines from June 20th, 1937, a Sunday. A shutdown order to the huge Cambria works of Bethlehem Steel, coupled with declaration of martial law by Pennsylvania Governor George H. Earl, marked the 24th day of the bloody Battle of Steel, overriding the bitter protests of Bethlehem's president, Eugene Grace. Colonel Janeway, directing martial law in the strike-embroiled city of Johnstown, handed Bethlehem officials an order for immediate closure of the giant works. John L. Lewis, general of the vast steel strike, which has made 100,000 workers idle and brought turbulent disorder to the Great Lakes region, is conferring in Cleveland on Monday with President Roosevelt's mediation board. At least one person killed, 5 injured in a fierce-fought battle between police and striking workers of the Republic Steel Corporation. From Spain, for the first time in the history of sieges dating from medieval ages, Bilbao, the proud capital of the Basque Autonomous Province, fell before the attacking legions of insurgent General Francisco Franco. Soviet Russia's flying heroes emerged from the silence of an Arctic blind spot and raced southward over Canadian wilds in the last half of their 6,000-mile nonstop transpolar flight from Moscow to San Francisco. Chief Justice Charles Evans Hughes denounced both the ruthlessness of a temporary majority and the activities of organized minorities, charging the former, if unchecked, would eventually lead to the entire overthrow of democratic institutions. In Amherst, Massachusetts, the judge saying, "We cannot hope to escape activities of organized minorities, which triumph from time to time." Speaking with 1,300 Amherst College alumni at the annual commencement dinner, saying sometimes they have more fervor than wisdom. Congressman Vincent, the Democrat from Kentucky, said the incorporations of more than 100 foreign companies might be subpoenaed to testify in the congressional tax dodging inquiry. The Kentuckian, a member of the Joint House and Senate Investigating Committee, said the aim would be to ferret out any unreported sources of income. And cheerful, despite 447 days in an iron lung, 26-year-old Frederick B. Knight, Jr. arrived from China en route to Chicago for further treatment in the hope he would eventually recover from infantile paralysis. Those just a few of the day's stories from the newspapers of Sunday, June 20th, 1937. Yes, the disabling effects of polio rampant in 1937, and it would be another almost 20 years before polio would be brought under control. Let's hear the conclusion now of the Chase and Sanborn Hour 88 years ago, June 20th, 1937.
Bum, 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 here we are. There are fairies in the bottom of my swimming pool. Oh, hello, Miss Robson.
Oh, how are you, Charlie?
Oh, I'm fine. I want to tell you how wonderful I think you are. That finesse of your performance, your savoir-faire, that trait tremendous. But definitely, too.
Oh, thank you, Charlie. Thank you. Thank you, young man. And I consider it a great compliment. You're a mighty fine little lad. And you have the makings of a great man.
Well, that's what I told Bergen, see? But he said I should study, see?
Ah, Mr. Bergen is right, my son.
Mother.
Ah. You must study and share the thoughts of great minds. Nothing is more profitable than spending an evening with a good book.
Yes, well, I don't know. You see, I have 2 ducats for the fight tonight. I suppose that's wrong, isn't it?
Why, of course it's wrong. Very wrong. Why don't you wait until 2 tonight and see a good scrap?
Oh. Yes. But you don't understand. Tonight, the Pomona Assassin headlines the evening event. He's a killer.
Oh, don't tell me about that tomato. He's a sucker for a left hook with that glass jaw.
Oh.
Why, that palooka couldn't last 2 round shadow streets.
Oh, now, come. That's just where you're wrong, sister. That baby packs a lethal wallop in both of those meat hooks of his. Why, he'll go the distance and he'll win tonight.
Well, I've got a buck says he winds up with resin in his teeth before the 3rd sweat.
You're talking pin money, babe, pin money. But I'll call you. And if Pomona Assassin doesn't KO Tony McSnurd, steal his lamps, and trim his wicks, I'll pay off with the best spot in town tonight, the hottest spot in town.
Aha! You're on. All right, sonny boy. But wait a minute now. Name the spot.
Well, have you heard stuffed fish down at the broken door? That boy scratches a mean hunk of fiddle.
Oh, you call that hot?
Yeah.
Give me Blubbermouth Sambo. Now, there's a cat who's really mellow.
Yeah? Does he really give out with a la-di-da, la-di-da?
Oh, sure. That went out with the cakewalk.
What?
Blubber gives out the ho-dee-do and a ho-dee-do.
Oh.
Scat, and a raspy cat.
I think you got something there, Mom. Can you truck, Grandma?
Truck? What's the matter with you? Do you think I'm getting old? Say, how about the Susie Q?
So, Woody! The studying's all for tonight.
Now, wait a minute, Charlie.
Huh?
Perhaps we shouldn't do this. I'm worried.
Oh, don't worry, Muzzy May. Don't worry. I'll see that you get home safe with me tonight, you know. La-di-da, la-di-da.
That's an arrest me.
Well, there they go. Robson and McCarthy, the swing kids. From swing, we turn to the more melodic branch of popular music. From Heidi-Ho to Vincent Youmans. As a writer of many song hits, Vincent Youmans ranks high in the field of popular music, and his melodies have a grace and flavor all their own. Werner Jansen plays the piano solo in T for Two and conducts the orchestra in a medley of Vincent Youmans songs. A paraphrase. It'll be quite a while before the census man gets around again to count noses, so we won't wait for the census man. We'll take our own private non-census now, and there's only one nose to count because behind this redwood proboscis is our own W.C. Fields. Well, Bill, how you feeling?
Don, I feel highly irrelevant, incompetent, and immaterial.
Somebody may object to that.
Objection overruled. Just continue. Yet I feel greatly relieved, Don.
Greatly relieved of what, Bill?
I'm relieved of 12 grand. Don, do you know this is Father's Day? Did you know my father was a doctor? Yes, he treated a man for 3 years for yellow jaundice. Then found out he was a Chinaman.
Say, Mr. Fields, I read in the paper where you consume 2 quarts of liquor a day. What would your father think about that?
He'd think I was a sissy. Where I'll squeeze every drop of our wood alcohol out of your body.
Bill, you should be kind. Remember, this is Father's Day.
It was always Father's Day in our home, Don.
Oh, it was, huh?
It was never Mother's Day or Grandmother's Day.
Uh-huh.
It was always eat an apple a day.
Oh, yes, Bill, I see.
Father would never eat an apple, Don. He always preferred the juice of that succulent pippin. Isn't it peculiar, Don? Every time Father asked for an apple, he would always refer to everyone as Jack.
Well, what do you mean, Bill?
He'd always say, give me a little apple, Jack. Sweet joke, don't you think so, Don?
Yeah, sure. But, Bill, you were just saying this is Father's Day.
Oh, yes, I know. Everybody will be talking about Father today. The air will be just glutted up with eulogies of pater. There were many beautiful and touching tributes dedicated to Father by the poets and the tie manufacturers of this great and grand and glorious United States of ours.
All right, Bill.
These great United States, including the Samoan Islands, the Hawaiian Islands, the Philippine Islands.
Yes, Bill,
and
all
the
the
great seaward purchase now known as Alaska.
All right, Bill, all right.
And the Eskimos. We mustn't leave out the Eskimos, Don.
No.
You know, Don, there isn't one shower bath in a million Eskimos' igloos.
What's that got to do with Father's Day?
I don't know. It somehow reminds me of my father. Don, you remember this poem? Father, dear Father, come home with me now. The clock in the steeple clangs 1. That time in the morning, Father couldn't even get out of his chair, let alone go home.
Oh, Bill, Charlie has a poem about his father, too.
Yes, I know it. Little by little the acorn grew. Would have been much better if the squirrel had eaten the acorn instead of burying it.
Too steady.
Oh, my.
There once in the forest primeval, the murmuring pines and hemlock.
The wood alcohol has gone to that kid's head.
2 quarts a day.
Restrain him. Restrain yourself, my diminutive little chum. This is Father's Day, and love permeates my bosom. Charles, my father wrote a poem about your father. Woodman, woodman, spare that tree. Touch not a single bough. In early youth it sheltered me, and now it holds me up.
Oh, that's beautiful, Bill.
That was, Don.
Yes.
But despite all of my father's remonstrations and pleadings, that was the day they cut down Charlie's father. Yes, they clipped him and they mowed him down.
I have never seen my father, Mr. Fields.
Oh, that's terrible. Go out and look in my woodshed. Maybe there.
Mr. Fields, could I call you Dad? What do you say, Mr. Fields, huh?
Well, on second thought, Charles, you have paid me a great compliment, my little twig. I shall be your pudgy little dada.
Oh, thank you.
Until the stroke of 1 or 12, brother.
Oh, that's fine.
Yes.
Oh, Pop.
Yes, my own little flesh and timber.
Say, Dad, can you lend me $5?
Here it comes.
Can I use your new necktie tonight? And, Dad, can I play with your loaded dice and your marked cards? You know.
I must deny you that, my dear son. I shall need those proclivities as I am attending the Tri-State Ladies' Free Tatting and Whist Club.
But, Father, wouldn't that be dishonest?
Sir, you impugn my honor. Oh, where? I'll drive a nail in your chest.
Say, Charlie, I think you better go ahead with your poem.
Yeah, here it is. Too steady.
My father was a powerful man, Don.
Oh,
stop him. Take him away. My father was the president of a bank once, Don.
Your father was really the president of a bank, Bill?
Yes, he was. Here's another Eskimo.
Oh, wait, Bill. Wait, another Eskimo and your father?
Perhaps I should have said my father and another Eskimo.
All right, Bill. All right. Your father was president of the bank.
Well, he wasn't exactly the president, Don. He was a vice president, sort of a treasurer. He swept out the bank, to tell you the truth.
Well, that's different.
But he was a fine sweeper, Don. He was a clean sweeper, the best all-around-the-corner sweeper in the bank.
Bill. Yeah.
He and another fellow were cleaning out the bank one night. But the police officer, the union, somebody got after him for working overtime.
Too steady.
Oh, in the game.
What's the forest primeval?
Filled with termites and boll weevil. That'd be good there, wouldn't it, Don? You can't understand why the author left that one out.
Oh, the murmuring pines and the hemlocks.
Father, dear father, come home with me now. I could see the little darlings tugging at his shirt, at his sleeves.
Bill.
Clock in the steeple clangs too.
Yeah.
Clang, clang.
Clang,
Clang, clang. If I had a voice, I'd get in there.
Bill, the clock in the steeple strikes 2. Was your father still lost?
Oh, no, Don. Father was never lost. Mother always knew where to find him. She'd look out the kitchen window and see him lying out there on the grass. On the snow in the wintertime. And she'd say, children, your father has had a drink or two. We children could never tell. We'd think he was dead.
Yeah, but, Bill, you were telling me what a powerful man your father was.
Oh, yes. Father had a very little chest, but his stomach expansion was about 7.5 feet. And stomach muscles stuck out to here.
Yeah?
And had a head shaped like a Rocky Ford cantaloupe. I don't know what's the matter up here.
Was he?
Was he? Oh, yes. That doesn't fit, but it's okay. Anything will
Now it's my chance. Too steady.
Oh, he's got
What's
me
in
again.
the forest primeval?
Father, dear father, come home with me now.
Bill, please.
The clock in the steeple clangs 3.
Yeah.
Clang, clang, clang. What is the sound I hear?
The murmuring hemlocks. Jingle, jingle, jingle. The clock is clocking.
Jingle, jingle. What a smart boy. Thinks they ring sleigh bells in church steeples.
Bill, the clock in the steeple strikes 3. What happens then?
That was a signal for Father to go home. 3 strikes and Father was out.
Oh. You mean he went home, Bill?
No, he went out just like a light.
He was quite a remarkable man, wasn't he, Bill?
Oh, yes, he was, Don. He was very dignified, too. I remember one day he was walking by a circus tent, minding his own business as usual, when a lady stuck her finger out through a hole in the dressing room tent, right into Papa's eye.
That was a cowardly thing for her to do, Bill.
Oh, yes, it was, Don. Yes, it was. Pardon my levity.
Did your father stop to say anything to her?
No, Don. He was always a gentleman. He kept right on going. And fell down 3 or 4 times. Naturally. He used to do that to make the children laugh. Finally staggered, he tripped, he walked through the swinging doors and right up to his room on the 16th floor of the Buster House.
The Buster House?
Yeah, the old Buster House, Don. It was later called the new Buster House and is now called the Buster House.
Oh, that's the place.
Yeah, all outside rooms, the sun streaming in day and night.
Wait a minute, Bill. Who ever heard of the sun streaming in at night?
Midnight sun, Don?
Oh, yeah. Beg your pardon, Bill?
Yeah. As I was telling you, Father just been to the circus.
Yeah, go on, Bill.
You know who sooner is removed his habiliments, that means clothing, Don.
Oh, yes, Bill, yes.
Socks, shoes, button gaiters, shirts, and could I say undervestments? Or undergarments?
No.
Anyway, he took them off.
And his hat?
Oh, no, he never took his hat off, Don. He usually slept in his hat, peculiar habit, a light sort of a fawn gray fedora with a little feather in the side. Looked very chipper, Don. Usually wore smoked glasses. And was very fond of smoked herring.
Yes, Bill.
Very
Go on.
fond of that.
Yeah, go on.
With mustard.
Yeah, Bill, go on.
English mustard.
Bill, will you please go on?
Funny how a man prefers strong mustard to mild mustard, Don.
All right, Bill, all right. Your father got his clothes off and got into bed.
With his hat on. Don't leave that out. Yes, he got that habit from Mother. She always slept with her shoes on. Case of fire.
Yeah, all right, Bill, all right.
No sooner took his clothes off and got into bed with his hat on, the little general walked into the room. His father explained later, the general wasn't over a foot high, Don.
Yeah.
The little general looked at my father and he said, "Come on, boys, surround him." My father sneered. And then he leered.
Yeah. All right, continue,
He
Bill.
never sneered without leering.
Yeah. But, Bill, what happened?
Oh, yeah. Was his mind alert? What a hair-trigger brain.
Yeah, well, what did your father do when the little general said, surround him, boys?
Oh, yes. Father saw the little general and his corps of orderlies. They all had whiskers. They called them the Flying Muscovites.
What, you mean all these little generals only a foot high had whiskers, Bill?
Right, yes, that's right, Don. There they stood with muskets aimed surrounding my father, but father was unafraid, unabashed, undressed, on everything.
Oh, your father was in a tough spot, Bill. Well, what did
Father
he do?
threw a sheet over his head, completely confusing the army, and before the little general could say fire, my father jumped right over their heads and out of the window. 16 stories. The old brain was still working.
Did your father jump right onto the sidewalk, Mr. Fields?
Yeah, no. Can you beat that? When he got to the 5th floor, he happened to think that he'd forgotten his life insurance policy. So he jumped right back to the 16th floor again.
Did he find it, Mr.
Oh,
Fields?
take him away, Edgar. He's full of sap. Father, dear father, come home with me now.
True, Daddy. Once
The clock in the steeple strikes far.
early.
Clang, clang, clang. What is this sound I hear? The ambulance is
Before this
coming.
father stuff goes any farther, thank you, Edgar Bergen and
the
Charlie
doctors,
McCarthy,
the
and
interns,
thank you
nurses,
very much,
highly
W.C.
relevant,
Speakers. Thank
incompetent.
Every summer, more iced coffee is served. So it's increasingly important for everyone to know how to make it correctly. On that point, Mr. Donald Briggs.
The main thing to remember in making iced coffee is to allow for dilution by the ice. So remember to make your coffee somewhat stronger than usual, and above all, use the blend with the extra richness you need when coffee is to be iced. That, of course, means Chase and Sanborn coffee. Chase and Sanborn dated coffee has a richer, more satisfying flavor because it's a superb blend of the world's choice coffees. And you always get it at its best, guaranteed fresh by our dating plan and rapid delivery system, your safeguard against stale, weak flavor. What's more, with this unique dating plan, expensive containers are needless. Instead, we use an economical dated bag, and you get the cash saving. Try this rich, satisfying blend, either hot or iced. Buy a pound of Chase and Sanborn dated coffee from your grocer tomorrow.
Werner Jansen is playing one of the newest hits, Was It Rain? And if it's good enough for Werner, it's good enough for me, so here goes.
Skies were gray that rainy day we parted in the lane. Was it tears that fell or was it rain? There we stood as lovers would. Did parting bring you pain? Was it tears that fell or was it rain? I couldn't tell if your eyes were misty or if you felt regret. I noticed when you kissed me that both your cheeks were wet. Till we meet again, my my sweet, that memory will remain. Was it tears that fell, or was it I couldn't tell if your eyes were misty or if you felt regret. I noticed when you kissed me that both your cheeks were wet. Here we meet again, my sweet, that memory will remain. Was it tears that fell, or was it
When he was only 6 years old, Grisha Golubov made his debut as a violinist, playing the very difficult Mendelssohn Concerto. Now Grisha is 14 and is about to go to London to give a command performance at Covent Garden for the King and Queen of England, and then to play with Toscanini at the Salzburg Music Festival. We are very proud to welcome the San Francisco boy who at 14 ranks among the world's great artists, Master Grisha Golubov, accompanied by Edith Pengilly, playing Sarasati's familiar and popular Zigeunerweisen. I'm saying au revoir now for our guests Mae Robson and Grisha Goluboff. And for our regular company, W.C. Fields.
Before I go, I want to say one thing about Paramount.
Yeah, Bill, please. Will you say uppermost?
Uppermost. Oh, yes, uppermost. Thank you, Don.
Yeah, Edgar Bergen and Charlie McCarthy.
Oh, that's good, Don. I'll have to tell them over at Paramount about that.
Bill, please. Now, Dorothy Lamour.
The uppermost pictures, Paramount Pictures, uppermost pictures.
Bill. And Werner Jansen.
And as Mr. Adolf Zucker, chief executive of Uppermost Pictures, said to me the other day.
And for our guest next week.
Bill says you keep on drinking that Paramount coffee.
Bill.
I mean, Chase and Sanborn coffee. Says you're looking better every day since you started drinking Chase and Sanborn coffee.
Yeah.
That's good. I got that in, didn't I?
That's swell,
that's
Bill.
Fine.
And for our guest
yes,
next
and he
week.
says you're looking better and will soon be able to make a new Paramount picture.
Bill, now please.
Over at Paramount, dealing with the growth of Chase and Sanborn coffee in South America.
Yeah,
See, you for
our guests Ray Middleton and Sonia Henney.
Father, dear Father, come home with me now.
We'll all be greeting you. So until next Sunday at the same time, this is yours sincerely, Don Amici, saying au revoir.
Heard on this program, Blue Hawaii from Waikiki Whitting. Was it Rain from the Hit Parade? More Than You Know and Without a Song from Great Day. Tea for Two and I Want to Be Happy from No No Nanette. I Know That You Know from Oh Please. Hallelujah from Hit the Deck. And The Big Show from Jerome Kern's Head Over Heels.
This is the Red Network of the National Broadcasting Company.
There are days you wonder if he really was that much into the sauce. W.C. Fields, crazy. W.C. Fields, Edgar Bergen, Charlie McCarthy, Mae Robson, wonderful voice from Don Amici there, and you also have to love that violinist. Oh my goodness, what an amazing sound the young boy had. 88 years ago, June 20th, 1937. Chase and Sanborn Hour here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Okay, coming up tomorrow on our Saturday edition, we get to Crime, Screen Director's Playhouse adaptation of DOA, starring Edmund O'Brien from 1951, The Adventures of Philip Marlowe, starring Gerald Moore from 1950, Richard Diamond, Private Detective from 1953. Sunday, the CBS Radio Workshop production of Another Point of View, or Hamlet Revisited, Crime and Peter Chambers from 1954, David Harding as David Harding Counter Spy from 1942, The Case of the Border Invaders, and Joel McRae in Tales of the Texas Rangers from 1952. On Monday, A Happy Ending from Lights Out in 1937. A summer session with Chester Morris as Boston Blackie, as the role he starred in the motion pictures in the first show of the summer series for Amos and Andy in 1947. Also from 44, I should say. From 1947, Jack Webb as Johnny Madero, Pier 23, and an episode of Escape from 1950, Sundown. And Tuesday, we will have Jimmy Stewart as the six-shooter, Fort Laramie, starring Raymond Burr, Fibber and Molly from 1941, and My Favorite Husband from 1949. Wednesday, Jeff Regan, Investigator from 1950, and Mr. President from 1950, starring Edward Arnold. The Whistler from 1950, A Manhunt, and Dana Andrews from 1952, I Was a Communist for the FBI. On Thursday, we'll lead with The Last Show from Fred Allen from 1949, George and Gracie from 1940, Phil Harris and Alice Faye from 1949, and an episode of The Adventures of Frank Merriwell from 1948. And then a week from today, we'll have another episode of the Chase and Sanborn Hour. The Great Gildersleeve, Gildy's Wedding Day from 1943, and Jack Benny from 1948. That's coming up this week on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Coming up next, a birthday party for Walgreens.
Government officials suggest that every family store a 2-week emergency food and water supply in case of attack. Choose canned or dried foods that can be eaten without cooking.
Well, here's a show from June 20th, 1945 that we have never aired before. It is from 80 years ago today, June 20th, 1945, the first half of the Walgreens 44th birthday party, a 7th war loan program. So let's get into this, shall we? The first half of the show, it's an all-star cast.
The Walgreens Birthday Party. From Hollywood, the Walgreens Birthday Party, a full-hour variety program celebrating Walgreens Drugstore's 44th anniversary with Bing Crosby, Paulette Goddard, Abbott and Costello, Risa Stevens, Rochester, the Andrews Sisters, Don Wilson, and Carl Hoff and his orchestra. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, tonight from Hollywood, an all-star cast appearing before a $1 million audience, each of whom has bought a war bond as his ticket of admission. We are proud to present this great all-star program on the occasion of Walgreens' 44th anniversary. And now, Carl Hoff and his orchestra sound off with a medley of songs dedicated to all our men and women in the service. And here he is, folks, your master of ceremonies, that fugitive from the Jack Benny Show, a man who is so round, so firm, so fully packed, Don Wilson.
Thank you very much. And as for you, Ken Niles, it may interest you to know that since I saw you last, I've taken 30 pounds off my stomach.
Don, I know you took 30 pounds off your stomach.
Oh, you do?
Yes, and I also know where you put them.
All right, Ken, all right. Kid me if you will, but just take a look at all those lovely girls in the audience. Why, they all came here just to see the handsome Don Wilson.
Look, I got news for you, Don. These girls came here to see Bing Crosby.
Well, I'm sure all those men in the audience came here just to see Don Wilson, the actor.
Well, Don, it so happens that those men came here to see Paulette Goddard.
Well, all those kids came to see Jolly Don Wilson.
Don, I'm positive that the kids came to see Abbott and Costello.
I'll be right back.
Where are you going?
Out to the alley. There's a Cocker Spaniel that wants my autograph.
Come now, Don. It's not that bad. Why, really, you...
Oh, excuse me, Ken. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Wilson. This is Rochester.
Rochester, you're supposed to be here. Where are you?
I'm calling from the Walgreens drugstore in the Pentagon, Washington, D.C.
Washington, D.C.? Well, what are you doing there?
It's this way. I came down here to do some work on a reconversion project. Now, stop kissing me, honey, while I'm talking on the phone.
Rochester, that doesn't sound like reconversion project to me.
Oh, Mr. Wilson, you're wrong.
What do you mean?
It's a project, all right, but she sure don't need no reconversion.
All right, but you hurry out here now, will you? Ahead of me, and why not? After all, from Maine to California, from Iwo Jima to Dutch Harbor, and to servicemen all over the world, the tune can't mean but only one person. That great singer of songs, that Academy Award winner, that fine American, Bing Crosby. Yahoo!
I just want the right to love you all of my life. Just the right to take care of you all of my life. I just want the right to be near you, always to be there, sharing every care and strife. Life can be as simple as a nursery rhyme. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all of the time long as I may live, I just want the right to give all of my heart, all of my love, for all of my life. Can be as simple as a nursery rhyme. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all of the time, long as I may live, I just want the right to give all of my heart, all of my love, for all of my
Ladies and gentlemen, just a few years ago, there were 3 little girls and 1 little tune. Fortunately for all of us, these three little girls found this one little tune. The tune, you probably recall, was by Mere Bistushane. The girls, you know, are the Andrews sisters, and here they are, the most popular trio in America, singing the song they made famous.
Of all the boys I've known, and I've known some, until I first met you, I was lonesome. And when you came in sight, dear, my heart grew light, and this old world seemed new to me. You're really swell, I have to admit you deserve expressions that really fit you. And so I've racked my brain hoping to explain all the things that you do to me. For me, Bistushane, please let me explain. For me, Bistushane means you're grand. For me, Bistushane, again I'll explain. It means you're the fairest in the land. I could say Bella, Bella, even said wonderbar. Each language only helps me tell you how grand you are. I've tried to explain by mere Bistushane, so kiss me and say you'll understand. By mere Bistushane, you've heard it all before, but let me try to explain. By mere Bistushane means that you're grand. By mere Bistushane is such an old refrain, and yet I should explain. It means I am begging for your hand. I could say Bella, Bella, even say wunderbar. Each language only helps me tell you how grand you are. I've tried to explain by mere Bistushane, so kiss me and say that you will understand.
You're always welcome at Walgreens. Yes, from coast to coast, millions of people agree you're always welcome at Walgreens. In keeping with this friendly tradition, the 439 Walgreens drugstores are happy to have you as their guests tonight at this 44th birthday party show. Presented from the stage of the Wiltern Theater in Hollywood with your favorite radio stars. We hope you'll think of this hour of music and song in the days to come. And we hope that at the same time you'll think of Walgreens drugstores as an essential part of our great American system of production and distribution, as the stores you can turn to for your every drugstore need. And above all, we hope you'll never forget that you're always welcome at Walgreens.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very happy to introduce... pardon me just a moment. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Wilson. This is Rochester, and I beg to report that I'm now in Chicago where I'll be detained for a while.
Well, what's keeping you there?
Well, I stopped into a Walgreens drugstore, and while waiting for a phone, I helped myself to the biggest vitamin pill you ever did see.
What's wrong with that?
That vitamin pill turned out to be a polo golf ball.
Now, you swallowed a golf ball. What are you going to do?
I'm going to hang around here till I find out what's par for my liver.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is with understandable pride and pleasure that we're able to present one of America's truly great voices. A charming artist whom you all saw in Going My Way, and whom many of you have been fortunate enough to hear at the Metropolitan Opera House, Miss Risa Stevens. Risa Stevens will sing the popular and colorful habanera from Carmen.
veut apprivoiser. Et si bien avec on l'appelle, si lui convient de refuser. Rien ici, mais la souffrir, l'on parle bien, l'autre c'était. C'est l'autre que je préfère, il n'a rien dit, mais il a m'appelé. L'amour est enfant de bohème, il n'a jamais, jamais connu de loi. Si tu ne m'aimes pas, je t'aime. Si je t'aime, prends garde à toi. Si tu ne m'aimes pas, si tu ne m'aimes pas, je t'aime. Mais si je t'aime, si je t'aime, prends garde à toi. L'oiseau que tu croyais surprendre, battit de l'éléphant vola. L'amour est loin, tu peux l'entendre, tu ne l'entends plus. Il est là, l'amour de toi, vite, il vient, s'en va, puis il revient. Tu crois le bénir, il dit, tu crois l'éviter, il l'amour est enfant de bohème, il n'a jamais, jamais connu de loi. Si tu ne m'aimes pas, je t'aime. Si je t'aime, prends garde à toi. Si tu ne m'aimes pas, si tu ne m'aimes pas, je t'aime. Mais si je t'aime, si je t'aime, prends garde à toi.
Stepping out now in front of the microphone and footlights is another member of the glamour department. If you're a serviceman, you've pinned up her picture. If you're a civilian, you've applauded her in the movies. And if you're Burgess Meredith, you're her husband. In other words, Miss Paulette Goddard. Tonight, Paulette Goddard appears on our All-Star Bond program in an original radio play written by James Bloodworth entitled The Most Beautiful Girl in Missouri. Our scene is the office of Bill Bryan, city editor of the St. Louis Herald. Facing Mr. Bryan across his desk is one Ann Gunther, widely known as the most beautiful girl in Missouri. It would probably be safe to take in half dozen other states as well, but for our immediate purposes, Missouri will suffice. However rare as such flowers are in newspaper offices, Mr. Bryan is not pleased.
And I have no doubt that you are the most beautiful girl in Missouri, Miss Gunther. Also, I'm sure you're a nice girl. But why in the name of heaven do you want to be a reporter?
Oh, I've always wanted to be a reporter, Mr. Bryan, but everybody's always said just what you say. Until I met Mr. Reed.
Oh, evil day. Well, it's ridiculous, but I guess I'm stuck. Did you read this letter Mr. Reed gave to you?
Oh, no.
Well, listen. I quote, Dear Bill, this will introduce Miss Ann Gunther, the most beautiful girl in Missouri, and a friend of mine. Please find a place for her on your reporting staff, signed Tom Reed, owner and publisher. That's a great list of qualifications, Miss Gunther.
Oh, Mr. Bryan, you have other women on your paper, and I know that some of them are very good. Why do you think I won't be?
Because, Miss Gunther, you are far too pretty. You'll have everybody from the copy boys up, or maybe I better say from the publisher down, since you've already mesmerized him.
Oh.
Drooling all over the shop.
Mr. Bryan.
And besides, you'll probably be tough to get along with. I would be if I looked like you.
Well, it just shows you don't understand women. You know, it's just beginning to dawn on me that you aren't in favor of having me here. But, as you said, it looks like you're stuck. But don't be looking for trouble. I'm going to be all right. I'll work hard, and I'll handle the wolves. I'm used to that. And with the manpower shortage...
Miss Gunther, I'm afraid the only thing you'll release for active duty is trouble. But you're here, so I'll have to make the best of it.
Well, thank you very much.
You are now a reporter. Go out to the Hotel Plaza and see a guy named Stafford Todd. He's a captain in the Air Force. And
dear. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Bryan. I can't do that.
Well, I certainly wouldn't want anything trivial like a job to interfere with your plans. Why, Miss Gunther, can't you do that?
Well, you see, I used to be engaged to Stafford. Now he won't even speak to me. He has an idea that a Coast Guardsman and I...
Look, honey, you may be the most beautiful girl in Missouri. But if you don't come back here with an interview with this guy, you will also automatically become the most beautiful reporter who is not working for the Herald. Now, here's what I want.
Hello, Stafford. Now, wait a minute. Stafford, don't be childish. Open that door.
Oh, what a cheap trick. Having the operator say you were a reporter.
Why, it's not either a cheap trick. I am a reporter. Let me come in.
Why don't you report something about the Coast Guard?
Oh, well, that's silly. I haven't anything to do with the Coast Guard. Besides, I'm supposed to be doing something about you.
Yeah, you did something about me a long time ago. Goodbye.
Stafford, listen. I know you're mad at me. You're wrong, but we won't argue about that now. You'd let any other reporter see you, so why don't you look at it this way, as if I were a doctor, you know, professional.
Because if you were a doctor and I let you in here, you'd probably cut my arm off. Go on, scram.
Oh, Stafford, for your own sake, I'm asking you for the last time to open that door.
Well, I hope it's for the last time. No.
All right, you asked for it. There are 2 men coming down the hall, Stafford.
Well, if they've got any sense, they'll stay away from you. Oh, gosh.
Hey, look out. Well, you don't have to break my wrist. I was perfectly willing to come in.
And haven't you any sense screaming bloody murder in front of my door? As soon as those men get by, you get out of here.
Yes, it'd be a lot worse to have me screaming on this side of the door, wouldn't it, Sugar?
Oh, what have I done to deserve this? Look, you may be the most beautiful girl...
I may be the most beautiful girl in Missouri, but you don't want any part of me. Well, just sit down, give me a drink, and it'll all be over very quickly.
Look, you've got to get out of here. No drinks, no interviews, no nothing. Just go.
I am now a newspaper woman. I've been sent to get an interview from you, and I'm going to do it. Besides, Stafford, I want to see you. And stop acting as upset as the last man in a cigarette line.
And? This is none of your business. But I became engaged last week in New York. My girl and her mother are here in town. They'll be here any minute for lunch. How do you think it'll look if they come in here and find you with that face?
Oh, engaged. My, isn't that nice? What's she like? Not that I care, you understand. It's just part of the interview.
Well, she's a nice girl. Just a quiet, intelligent, nice girl who wouldn't go screaming around he isn't wanted.
Pretty?
As pretty as a picture.
Whistler's mother?
No. She's young and pretty. In a dignified sort of a way. Well, she isn't so pretty that she's a freak, if that's what you're asking.
Like me, you mean?
Exactly.
You know, the war's done something to you, Stafford. You used to like me because I was pretty.
Well, it's all right to be pretty, but you abuse the privilege.
Golly, I remember one night you told me I was the only girl in the world who'd look better with 2 heads.
Well, that's ridiculous. Besides, I was younger then, and, well, you weren't such a smart aleck.
Stafford.
What?
Don't you want to know what really happened with the Coast Guard and me?
Well, not especially. I'm engaged. You apparently have tied yourself up with a seagoing character who's protecting the coast of Boone County, Missouri. What's the sense of breaking over a lot of things that are no longer important?
Well, they're important to me, and I'm not tied up with anybody.
Well, I don't mean to be harsh, Anne, but you were with this guy every minute. I read about it. People wrote me about it.
Well, it's true. He won me.
He won you? Oh, don't be silly. You talk like something in a raffle.
Well, I am. I mean, it was a raffle, practically. You see, they had a bond-selling contest in his unit, and the public relations officer who cooked it up got me in on it. I was the prize.
Good gosh, are they giving away with $18 bonds?
Oh, no. Silly. The boy who sold the most bonds won a date every night for a week with, well...
I know, the most beautiful. Go ahead.
Well, after all, I had to be patriotic, and he won. And all the theaters and nightclubs and places, they were in on it, too, and everything was free. And since he'd sold some fabulous amount of bonds, why, I lived up to my part of the bargain, and we went everywhere together. After all, what was there to lose?
Oh.
And that's all there was to it.
Well, I'm sorry I was a fool, but... Well, out there in the Pacific, Ann, you seemed a million miles away, and I was thinking about you every minute, and when I heard all this stuff,
darling, I know. And I wouldn't have had you worried for a minute. Why, I wrote you all about it.
Well, after I began getting all those reports on you, well, I started burning your letters without even opening them.
Oh, sweetheart, you shouldn't have.
Well, I see that now. And, hey, what are we doing sitting here? Any second, that fiancé of mine with a face like a floor mop will be knocking on the door. Let's get out of this joint.
Well, where'll we go?
Well, look, I have to report to a base in Texas in 10 days, and...
Darling, kiss me. Oh, darling. And now I'll have to make a phone call.
Oh, well, hurry.
Office, number, please. Operator, will you get me Mr. Bryan at the St. Louis Herald? I'm in a terrible, terrible hurry.
Surely, miss. Just hold the wire.
Hello, Bill Bryan.
Oh, this is, yes, Ann Gunther, Mr. Bryan.
Yes?
Mr. Bryan, I've decided you're right. I'm not going to be a reporter.
That's about as long as I thought you'd last.
Oh, but I did see Captain Stafford Todd, and I've got a story for you.
Okay, bring it in.
Oh, no, I'll just tell it to you. The captain...
Yeah?
He's going to marry the most beautiful girl in Missouri.
And now, Carl Hoff and the orchestra in a great 44th anniversary arrangement of Vincent Heuman's Hallelujah. More people trade at Walgreens than at any other drugstores in the world. Behind the steady growth of the Walgreen organization is the familiar story of American initiative. In 1901, Charles R. Walgreen, then a progressive young pharmacist, opened the first Walgreen drugstore on Chicago's South Side. Like other American pioneers, Charles Walgreen was not content with the merchandising methods in effect at the time he entered the drug business. He foresaw, clearly and correctly, the urgent need of making more goods more easily accessible to more people. He foresaw that tremendous savings could be handed on to Walgreen customers through large-scale buying made possible by opening more and more Walgreen stores. As a result of these principles, Walgreen drugstores in this year of 1945 are serving American communities from coast to coast. And today, as in 1901, Walgreen customers pay the lowest possible prices consistent with reputable quality. To you, the friends who have made this story possible, Walgreens are truly grateful. For today, more people trade at Walgreens than at any other drugstores in the world. This is the Walgreen 44th Anniversary Program, originating in Hollywood in cooperation with the 7th War Loan Drive, sponsored by the Treasury Department. There will be a brief pause for station identification, after which we will continue with our all-star program from Hollywood.
And there you had the first half of the Walgreens 44th birthday party 80 years ago, June 20th, 1945, here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Visit our webpage at classicradio.stream to support the program. The conclusion of the Walgreens 44th birthday party comes up next.
There is a defense against radioactive fallout. During enemy attack, get to a shelter immediately. Stay there until local officials advise you it's safe to leave. Be prepared.
Let's head back to the Walgreens 44th birthday party 80 years ago, June 20th, 1945, to raise money for war bonds. Yes, it is a 7th war loan program financing World War II.
Continuing with the Walgreens birthday party, celebrating the Walgreens drugstore's 44th anniversary with an all-star cast from Hollywood and starring Bing Crosby, Paulette Goddard, Abbott and Costello, Risa Stevens, Rochester, the Andrews Sisters, Don Wilson, Carl Hoff and his orchestra. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Wilson. This is Rochester reporting from Memphis.
Now, what's keeping you in Memphis?
I stopped off here and got myself an automobile. It's a Victory model.
A Victory model?
Yeah, I won it in a crap game. And I just can't wait till I take my girl out in it. It ain't got no motor and no wheels.
But if it hasn't any motor or wheels, how can it run?
It can't run, but, brother, can it park? I'll contact you later. So long.
And now, returning to the microphone, is that Frank Sinatra of the gay 90s, Bing Crosby.
Just a minute there, fatter than me. Hope has gotten to you, I see, huh?
Yeah, that's right.
He's poisoned your mind against me, huh? As a matter of fact, I may tell you, Don, that Frankie and I used to be the best of friends.
Used to be?
That's what I said. You see, the last I saw of old Lightning Rod was down in Times Square in a Walgreens drugstore. The boy was sipping a double malted through a straw when a terrible thing happened.
What was that?
The straw backfired and Frankie boy was sucked in. I did the best I could, Don. When he came up the third time, I threw him an anchor. Right now, I must adjust my sombrero, step into my huaraches, and prepare to give out with a tuneful tortilla. My Spanish is... From that great Walt Disney feature picture, The Three Caballeros. Better, caballeros. Caballeros. You belong to my heart, now and forever. And our love had its start not long ago. We were gathering stars while a million guitars played their love song. When I said I love you, every beat of my heart said it too. 'Twas a moment like this. Do you remember? And your eyes threw a kiss when they met mine. Now we own all the stars and a million guitars are still playing. Darling, you are the song and you'll always belong to my heart. Now we own all the stars and a million guitars birds are still playing. Darling, you are the song, and you'll always belong to my heart.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm warning you to adjust your safety belts, batten down the hatches, and hold on to your hats. Because here come two of America's zaniest comedians, Abbott and Costello. Pinch hitting for Bud Abbott, who was suddenly taken ill, is Sidney Fields, better known as Professor Melonhead. Boys, you're on.
Well, Professor Melonhead, old boy, how's everything?
All right, Lou. Everything's fine.
I understand now that Abbott isn't here, he used to be the manager.
Abbott used to be the manager of the team.
Yeah, I understand he's going to make you the manager.
That's right. In fact, I am now the manager of the team.
Don't make it any tougher than he does for me.
All right.
I would finally like to know some of the guys' names on the team, so when I meet them on the street or in a ballpark or in a drugstore, I'll be able to say hello to those guys.
You want to know the names of the ball players on the team?
That's right, yeah.
Oh, well, I know them.
Good. Well, give me the guys' names on the team.
Well, who's on first? What's on second? Now, I don't know who's on third.
That's what I want to find out.
Who's on first? What's on second? I don't know who's on third.
Abbott made you the manager?
That's right.
You know the guys' names?
Of course I do.
Well, then tell me the fellas' names on a ball club.
Who's on first? What's on second? I don't know who's on third.
You know the guys' names?
Of course I do.
Well, then who's on first?
That's right.
I mean the fellow's name.
Who?
The guy on first.
Who?
The first baseman.
Who?
Who's on first?
That's right.
Have you got a first baseman?
Of course.
Then tell me the first baseman's name.
Who?
The guy playing first.
Who?
The guy on first.
Who's playing first?
What are you asking me for?
I'm not asking you, I'm telling you.
I'm asking you who's on first.
That's right.
Well, go ahead and tell me.
Who?
The guy on first.
Who?
Have you got a contract with a first baseman?
Of course I have.
Who signed the contract?
Exactly.
Somebody has got to sign the contract on first base. Now, who signed it?
Correct.
When you pay off the first baseman every month, who gets the money?
Every dollar of it.
Somebody on first has got to get it. Now, who gets it?
Who?
The fella on first.
Who? Who gets the money?
Well, he better get it. Look, all I want to know is what is the guy's name on first base?
No. What's on second? Who's on first?
Now, what are you asking me for?
I'm not asking you. Who's on first? He gets the money. Sometimes he sends his wife for the money.
Whose wife?
Yes.
Look, all I want to know is what is the guy's name on first base that's going to get the money?
What's on second?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who's on first?
That's what I'm trying to find out. Now, what's the guy's name on first?
What's on second?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who's on first?
I don't know.
Third base. He plays third.
Who plays third?
Who plays first?
How did I get on third base? I'm asking you, what's the fellow's name on third base now?
What's on second?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who's on first?
I don't know.
He plays third.
There I go, back on third again. Will you please stay on third base and don't go off it?
All right.
Now, who is playing third base?
Who's playing first?
I'm not asking you what's on first.
What's on second?
Who's on second?
Who's on first?
I don't know. Third base. You got an outfield?
Of course I have.
The left fielder's name.
Why?
I don't know. I just thought I'd ask you. Now.
I just thought I'd tell you.
Well, tell me who's playing left field.
Why?
What's the guy's name in left field?
What's on second?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who's on first?
I don't know. Third base. And the left fielder's name?
Why?
Because
he's in center.
You got a pitcher on a team?
Of course, certainly.
The pitcher's name?
Tomorrow.
You don't want to tell me today?
Of course I do.
Then tell me who's going to pitch tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Who's going to pitch
Oh, no. Who's on
I'll
first?
break your arm, you say. Who's on first? I want to know what's the pitcher's name.
No. The pitcher's name tomorrow. What's on second?
I don't know. Third base. Third base.
No. It's very simple.
You got a catcher on a team?
Of course we've got a catcher.
The catcher's name.
Today.
Today.
Yeah.
And tomorrow's pitching.
That's correct.
All we got is a couple of days on a team. You know, I'm a catcher, too.
You catch?
Yeah, now I'll get behind the plate. I'll do some fancy catching. Tomorrow's pitching on my team, and the heavy hitter gets up.
Yeah?
Now, when Tomorrow throws the ball, the guy up bunts the ball. Me being a good catcher, I want to throw the guy out of first base, so I pick up the ball and throw it to who?
Naturally.
If I throw the ball to first base, somebody has got to get it. Now, who gets it?
Naturally.
Naturally?
Naturally.
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 So I pick up the ball and I throw it to Naturally.
No. No. You throw the ball to who?
Naturally.
That's right.
So I throw the ball to Naturally.
No. You throw the ball to who?
Naturally.
That's right.
That's what I'm saying.
That's right.
I throw the ball to first base, then who gets it?
Naturally.
Okay. I throw the ball to Naturally.
No, you don't. You throw the ball to who?
Naturally.
That's right.
Then who gets it?
Naturally.
He better get it.
Every time.
Who?
Naturally.
I throw the ball to first base. Whoever it is drops the ball, so the guy picks it up and throws it to what? What throws it to? I don't know. Throws it back to Tomorrow. Triple play. Another guy gets up and it's a long fly ball to because. Why? I don't know. He's on third, and I don't give a darn.
What did you say?
I said, I don't give a darn.
Oh, that's our shortstop.
You must see it.
And now it is our pleasure to once again present Miss Risa Stevens.
Thank you, Don. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to dedicate my next song to all our boys on the far-flung battlefront, with a special salute to the 2,432 Walgreens men and women in the service. The song is You by Jerome Kern.
I hear music when I look at you, a beautiful theme of every dream I ever knew. Down deep in my heart, I hear it play, I feel it start, then melt away. When I touch your hand, a beautiful melody from some enchanted land. Down deep in my heart, I hear it say, is this the day? I alone have heard this land refrain. Must it be forever inside of me? Why can't I let it go? Why can't I let you know? Why can't I let you know the song my heart would sing? That beautiful rhapsody of love and youth and spring. The music is sweet, the words are true, the song is you. Must it be forever inside of me? Why can't I let it go? Why can't I let you know? Why can't I let you know the song my heart would sing? That beautiful rhapsody of love and youth and spring. The music is sweet, the words are true, the song is
At Walgreens, filling prescriptions is the most important single thing in our business. It's only a little piece of white paper, but behind it are years of diligent training and painstaking research on the part of your physician and pharmacist. For often, the accurate filling of that little piece of white paper you bring to your drugstore is as vital to you and yours as life itself. No service Walgreens drugstores render is more important than the prompt 100% accurate filling of prescriptions with drugs that meet the highest standards of purity, freshness, and potency, and with absolute fidelity to your doctor's orders. As a result of 44 years' consistent adherence to this ideal, Walgreens drugstores fill thousands of prescriptions every day, hundreds of thousands every month, millions every year. Yes, it's only a little piece of white paper, but when you take it to Walgreens, you can be confident in the knowledge that at Walgreens, filling prescriptions is the most important single thing in our business.
that was Carl Hoff and his orchestra playing De Lovely. And now... hello?
Hello, Mr. Wilson. This is Rochester again, calling from Walgreens in Albuquerque.
Albuquerque? Well, I guess that means you definitely won't be here.
How can you be so pessimistic? I got good news.
You got good news? What is it?
I just went down to the airport to see about getting on a plane, and I was lucky enough to get a number 44B priority.
44B priority? Does that mean that you can get right on a plane?
No, that means that 6 months after the war is over, I can get on a bus. So long, Mr. Wilson.
Comes now a rare treat indeed. 3 gals and a guy, otherwise known as the Andrews Sisters and Der Bingle, with that great all-time hit, Don't Fence Me In.
Oh, give me land, lots of land, under starry skies above. Don't fence me in. Let me ride through the wide open country that I love. Don't fence me in. Let me be by myself in the evening breeze and listen to the murmur of the cottonwood trees. Send me off forever, but I ask you please, don't fence me in.
Just turn me loose, let me straddle my old saddle underneath the western sky. On my cayuse, let me wander over yonder till I see the mountains rise.
I want to ride to the ridge where the west commences and gaze at the moon till I lose my senses. 'Cause I can't look at hobbles and I can't stand fences. Don't fence me in.
Here we come on horseback.
Ride and ride.
Oh, give me land, lots of land under starry skies. Don't fence me in. Let me ride through the wide country that I love. Don't fence me in. Let me be by myself in the evening breeze and listen to the murmur of the cottonwood trees. Send me off forever, but I ask you please, don't fence me in. Just turn me loose. Let me straddle my old saddle underneath the western skies.
On my cayuse, let me wander over yonder till I see those mountains rise. Ba 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 ba.
I want to ride to the ridge where the west commences and gaze at the moon till I lose my senses, and I can't look at hobbles and I can't stand fences. Don't fence me in, no.
Papa, don't you
fence me in.
And now I'm going to ask Paulette Goddard to read a telegram which we've just received from the Secretary of the Treasury, Henry J. Morgenthau, Jr., in Washington. Miss Paulette Goddard.
Birthday party, Wilton Theater, Hollywood, California. To all concerned with the production and performance of the Birthday Party radio program, in cooperation with the 7th War Loan Drive, the Treasury Department extends heartiest congratulations, Henry Morgenthau, Jr.
That's right, Paulette. Well, folks, VE Day has become part of our history, but the war isn't over.
If you need any further details, ask that Marine or that soldier who's been fighting for 48 hours straight. Ask the sailor on an aircraft carrier trying to bring down a Jap suicide plane. Ask a pilot who's just fought his way back from the Ack over Tokyo. Ask a medical corps man, a chaplain, a navigator. Ask King, Nimitz, or Marshall. They'll tell you how far the war is from being over. They'll tell you about the 80 million Japs who still have to be beaten. Sure, they'll tell you all that, but we can tell them something, too. We can tell them that we're buying war bonds. We're making the 7th war bond the biggest yet. We can tell them that we're investing in democracy. It shouldn't be too tough to dig into your pocket while that kid from the next door is digging in a foxhole.
Gentlemen, we have just brought you in cooperation with the 7th War Loan Drive, Walgreens Drug Store's 44th birthday party. And all of us here say, dig in, neighbor, and buy an extra bond. And remember, you can buy war bonds at any Walgreens Drug Store. Program celebrating Walgreens Drug Store's 44th anniversary came to you from Hollywood. The following stars appeared through the courtesy of their various sponsors: Bing Crosby, Kraft Cheese; Abbott and Costello, Camel; Don Wilson and Rochester, courtesy Jack Bennett; the Andrews Sisters, Nash Kelvinator Corporation; Paulette Goddard, Paramount Pictures.
That's how World War II was won. Stuff like that. The Walgreens 44th birthday party for the 7th War Loan Drive broadcast 80 years ago, June 20th, 1945, here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Up next, we'll check in with Peg Lynch and Alan Bunce. They're the couple next door.
A wise farmer knows that he must get his livestock under cover to protect them from radioactive fallout. An attack may never come, but it's wise to prepare now.
Okay, we've been back to 88 years ago today and 80 years ago today. Now we're only going to go back 65 years ago, June 20th, 1960. Peg Lynch and Alan Bunce, the couple next door.
CBS Radio brings you The Couple Next Door, written by Peg Lynch and starring Peg Lynch and Alan Bunce.
Betsy, come here. Come here right this minute.
Where are you?
I'm in the living room. I want you to come right here this second.
What's the matter?
Well, you come here and you'll see what's the matter. Honestly, look at this. Hurry up. All right, young lady. Come here. Come here. Now, how did you do it?
How did I do what?
Now, don't play Miss Innocence with me. When did it happen?
When did what happen?
Betsy.
Honest, Mommy, I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm talking about this living room rug, and you know perfectly well I'm talking about this rug. Look at it. Look at the red crayon all over it.
Oh, gee, Mommy,
Here and here, great red smudges all over my lovely gold carpet. Here and over here and right in front of the couch. Look at it.
Well, gee, Mommy, I don't know how it happened.
Well, I can tell you how it happened, I'm sure. You were lying on the floor here last night with your coloring book, despite the fact that I have asked you repeatedly not to. You have your own room upstairs to keep all your coloring things in, paints and crayons.
But they were in the box. I didn't have them on the rug.
You weren't supposed to have them in the living room at all. Now, you get upstairs. Just get upstairs to your room and stay there until your father gets home.
So I stopped in at the doctor's, and he said that there was probably no question whatsoever about it. I undoubtedly have a broken toe.
Well, never mind about that for a minute, dear. Betsy has
I got a broken toe, and my wife says never mind about it.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm so upset about the red crayon Betsy got all over the living room rug. Look at it. Red smudges all over our pale gold carpet. Really, well, I'm sorry. Well, what did the doctor say to do about your toe?
Nothing to do, you know. It's my little toe. I mean, just won't be very comfortable to walk around for a while. It's sore, you know.
Sure. Honestly, I can still hear the yell you let out that was heard all over the bazaar Saturday. I thought you were dying.
Well, so did I, as a matter of fact. I tell you, when that stupid Harold E. just dropped that huge galvanized iron garbage can on my foot, he just stood in front of me and he said, "Where do you want it?" And I said, "Well, put it down anywhere." He just dropped it right down, smack on my foot.
I know, you told me.
I
know. You told me. Now, look at the living room rug here. I'm sorry to interrupt about your toe, but Betsy has been sent up to her room, and I thought that
for the love of Mike. Well, what is it? Look at this rug.
Well, that's what I've been trying to tell you. Betsy was coloring again last night down here on the floor, and somehow she got this red chalk crayon all over. I just noticed
Now,
it.
look, she has been told time and time again.
I know that, and I think you should talk to her.
Talk to her? Look, I'm going to do more than talk. Hi, golly, Betsy. Betsy!
Don't run upstairs that way. Careful of your toe.
Betsy!
Oh, I think she should have some dinner, dear. Really, I do.
Nothing will she have to eat. It isn't going to kill her to go without a meal. I think it's time she learned that when we say something, we mean it. Now, she has been told time and again not to bring her crayons and paints downstairs.
Poor little thing lying up there crying.
Oh, look, didn't you ask me to handle this situation?
Yes, but I didn't expect you to spank the living daylights out of her. What did you spank her with? She has never screamed and howled like that.
I turned her over my knee and I spanked her with my hand. And the reason she screamed and howled was because it's been so long since she had a spanking, she'd forgotten how it hurts. And unless she behaves herself, she's going to have her memory refreshed a lot sooner and oftener.
We decided against spanking her from now on. You thought if we just had serious talks with her.
Well, I was wrong. From the looks of this living room rug, I am now of the opinion that serious talks are just about as useless
Well,
as...
in a way, it's our fault. We don't stick to what we say. When I saw Betsy had crayons down here last night, I said, take them upstairs, and she said, I will, and then she didn't. And I was watching Ed Sullivan or something, and I didn't want to stop and take time to make her pick up the crayons and go upstairs.
I know exactly. Half the time we don't enforce our own rules because it takes more effort or time on our part.
Well, that's right. Well, I wonder what I can use to try and take the red off the rug. Instead of fooling around, I'd better see if it gives any advice in my handy household manual. Should be here in the bookcase. I wish I had some system about these books. I can never lay my hands instantly on the one that I want.
I thought you said her crayons were chalky.
Yes, they are. She has some sort of waxy ones, too, but the wax ones, you know, they wouldn't leave smudges like that.
Well,
she couldn't get them on
this
the rug.
red stuff on the rug is kind of sticky.
Sticky?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not like glue or honey, but there's a stickiness. What I mean is, this is not a red chalk that can be brushed off. Golly, you know, It's all over this rug. Look, even over here by the TV set.
Yeah, I know.
There's a great big place in front of the sofa there.
I know it.
In front of the fireplace.
I know, dear.
For Pete's sake, do you suppose this is not from Betsy's crayons? That it's paint or something?
Oh, how could it be
Huh? What?
Oh, lipstick. I'll bet this is lipstick.
Lipstick? How could it be lipstick?
That's what it is. That is what it is, I'm sure.
How could it be lipstick?
From the bazaar Saturday.
Huh?
They were putting makeup on the children in my booth, and when that thunder shower came, somebody knocked over a makeup box, and I stepped on a whole lipstick that was on the ground. I felt something on my shoe. I thought it was a cigarette stub or some gum or something, and I saw all this lipstick mashed on the sole of my shoe. Well, I thought I wiped it all off in the grass, but there may have been, a gob of it on the instep of my shoe underneath, and I came home and ran around the house.
Get the shoe. Let's look at it.
Oh, if it's all my fault, how will we ever make this up to poor Betsy?
Get the shoe.
Darling.
I mean, Daddy,
you're sweet,
Mommy,
honey.
I'm very sorry, sweetheart.
Oh, Mommy just feels terrible, darling. You're sweet to forgive us. Look, see the lipstick still on the bottom of Mommy's shoe that I wore at the bazaar?
How are you going to get the lipstick out of the rug?
Oh, well,
Yes,
look,
that's what
I
I
looked
was
it
about
up,
to
and it
do.
says to remove lipstick from non-washable materials, apply cleaning fluid to the spot and immediately press a clean white blotter over it. Then you just keep repeating the process until all the lipstick is removed.
Why, it would take us until doomsday to take all the red smears off this rug. What's the matter
Not
with
only
you?
off the living room rug, but I've checked the house. You got lipstick on the dining room rug,
I
the stair.
didn't.
Yes, the stairway carpet, the bedroom.
Oh, it just makes me
Boy, when I think of that bazaar that turned our whole house upside down for a week, getting those headdresses made, and what did your booth take in? Now, just what did your booth take in?
$24.36 or something. Well, we took in 60-something, but after expenses.
$24. And my booth lost money because all the cupcakes and hot dog and hamburger buns got soaked in the rain. One of the brighter members of the barbecue committee drops a garbage can on my foot, breaks my toe.
And I lost my brownie ring and nobody found
She
it.
lost her ring.
And I got green dye on my dress from the crepe paper booth decorations that came off in the rain.
Now our living room rug will have to be sent out and cleaned. That's nearly $30 right there. I tell you, never again will we get involved in a bazaar. I tell you, we can't afford it.
No, I know.
But, Daddy, it was fun. And I told everyone that my daddy was in charge of a booth and my mommy was in charge of a booth. And I was so proud of you.
Oh,
You
well,
were.
now there. I mean, what can you do?
Nothing,
Yeah.
I guess.
I
dear.
guess it's worth it.
I guess it is.
The Couple Next Door stars Peg Lynch and Alan Bunce.
65 years ago today, June 20th, 1960, Peg Lynch, Alan Bunce, The Couple Next Door. Join us tomorrow for the Screen Director's Playhouse adaptation of DOA. We'll also have The Adventures of Philip Marlowe, starring Gerald Moore. Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, Private Detective. And Raymond Massey in a short-run 1942 series of quarter-hour programs called Dear Adolph. And yes, they're letters to a certain Adolf, very familiar in that period. Join us tomorrow. Thanks for being with us here on this Friday Classic Radio Theater. I'm Wyatt Cox.